Okay, so I was looking at our calendar and it looks like there's some stuff. I've been out of town and I haven't really been caught up yet. So it's a good time to do that. It looks like we've got some limited time fragrances available. Is it a fresh bundle or something?
Yeah, there's 3. Aren't they counter cleans or are they Scentsy Fresh? Oh, I don't have my phone with me.
Looks like there's several things. Scentsy Fresh limited time fragrances starting tomorrow. Also, the little koala. Is it Cozy? I guess it's Cozy the koala. She is available. Notification got in my way. Okay. Also, International Fragrance Day is happening tomorrow. There'll be some special bundles and things and stories up for that. And it's
all
Enlivened Scents Week. So some other bundles galore. So if you are not sure what all that is, check out the news tab. That'll have all that information. And yeah, looks like that's mainly what's going on. Of course, we have a week and a half left of the month, so lots of time to get things going. Let me see how we're doing. Who's cooking? Let's see who's cooking. I'm doing okay, but I need another big oomph. I want to get to 2,000 this month, so.
Yeah, I'm more than halfway to 500, so
that's good. All right, let's see.
Last week was busy for me at work because I had a new person that started, so
yeah,
didn't really do. I got a few orders for the flash sale, but I didn't do a ton.
Some people racked up. Some people did. I think good. The people, so the flash sale, we were on our spring break trip and I was not on my phone and computer very much. It was a on purpose thing, and that's okay. But if you are like, well, I didn't get any sales from that flash sale, I posted about it. Here's what was working for people. Taking real life pictures and putting a real life picture of that warmer and putting it like, hey, check below and say mine or I want it. And really spending it really doesn't take a ton of time because a lot of people were sharing those pictures. You can just Google them. You can search in Facebook for them. And putting those and making it like a look at these products at whatever percentage are off. Because it's corporate sale, you can do that. And then you can message your best customers too, make them feel special, be like, man, I saw these 2 things I thought you would really like, and look at this price. I didn't want you to miss it. And you can see everything else, because it's really tempting to just throw up a link and say, hey, a great sale, which is what all I could manage because of my vacation. But that's what really makes the difference. And people were selling tons of stuff because they just took that extra step. So if you missed out on it or the flash sale, you didn't really work it that way, you've got, there'll be future opportunities. So you can kind of learn from that. Hi, Michelle. Okay, she's frozen.
I'm like, wow, she's got a
yes. Hi, Michelle. You thought you had a good game face going there for a second.
Hey, y'all were frozen for a minute. Yeah. So I'm like, well, it's telling me my internet connection is unstable. So y'all were frozen. Not me.
Not you. Not me. Well, we were just about to talk about who is rocking their March with a week and a half left. So here are our active people. Anne, Heather Williams, Kara, Leslie, Shannon, Mary, Jessie, Heather Smith, Amber, and then here's our over 500 people: Talissa, Brooke, Melanie, Michelle, whoop, whoop, and Amy and me. That's awesome. And man, Amy and Michelle and Melanie are, well, and really Brooke are very close to 1,000. So that's awesome. I'm trying to get to 2,000 like I always do for my goal. 2,000 to 2,500 is always my goal. So I've got a little work to do. I'm about $660 shy. So I got a little work to do. But I have a Zoom party tonight. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be very successful. I haven't done one in a while, but this is a person that I've actually mentioned on recordings before. We met like at a band contest and she was interested in maybe joining. We tried a little bit and it fizzled. Life is busy for band moms and senior band moms, and she's had stuff. So we're going to try it again tonight. I think she only has one person confirmed to come, but I figure, you know what, we're going to do our best. We'll do it. She'll see how it works. She's interested in joining. She'll know how to do one. And hopefully some people will still shop the link. So I have done the bingo, lots of different ways. I've used the cards. I've done it where you just pick numbers, you pick products, like I've done different things. And I think we did this one time, but I have somebody created these little cards. They basically put like a product or something on them and they numbered them and they go 1 through 25. Depending on how much I get done, I may just use these tonight because it's got like, the pets or whatever. And it has, this was because of warmer of the month. Of course, that's not the current warmer of the month, so it's not the best to use. It's got the diffuser, it's got like travels, you could talk about incentives. So it's got some things, but what I'm planning to do, unless you guys have anything else, is to actually pull up Canva and work on a few current things. So some of these would be fun for tonight. And honestly, I could use these. So if I don't get it done, I'll just and just say, while we don't have these buddies available, we've got this. And the way I like to do it is simply have them, all they have to do is come with a piece of paper, write down their 5 numbers. They normally type it in the Zoom and I'll jot them down. So I just have a record of what they're doing. And then, we'll probably only play 2 rounds if there's not many people, maybe 3. But you can play between 3 and 5 rounds. The prizes can be very small. Like I've not even talked about prizes with people, but I will say who the winner is, and then I'll message them with their prizes. The prize might just be free shipping if they're out of town. Prize might be a free scent circle, like give me your favorite scent or type of scent. It doesn't have to break the bank, but I do like to do things like free shipping or a percentage off or something. So I was thinking, first of all, with the new catalog, if you were going to do a Zoom party, a bingo, which things are you most excited about in the new catalog? And maybe we can make a little list of what you would 100% want to mention tonight if you had a party. And then in hopes that you do have a party soon, you can use that list and I will work on graphics and I'll share them as well.
Well, the air purifier.
Yeah, for sure.
Shannon, why is that?
Because they can buy one and then they can have their own party and get free stuff.
So they can make it their own party.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Why else would that be something good to be sure we cover?
Well, I think a lot of people are in. Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, like, a lot of people are into that right now, but as far as the air purifier and everything, but also it's a combination of the scent and the air purification and not just one or the other.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah. And I mean, come on, because it's a high dollar one.
Right. Easy way to get to, the different levels, especially if, they could definitely have their own party and, just by buying that and getting half price and $25.
Right.
But if they had even just 1 or 2 additional people buy, that's halfway to 500.
Right. That's right. So yeah. And that's one of the products that's new since these cards that were made were on there. So it doesn't have the air purifier. So definitely need to add that. Okay. That's a great one. What's another one you would want to have?
Personally, I love the wall diffusers.
Yeah, and they have their colored ones now.
Yeah, they've got more options, and I recently had and also the Scentsy Go as well. I haven't really pushed those too much or had that much interest in the Scentsy Go. However, I do have a customer that she has 3 daughters and they have a warmer in their room, but you'll probably know what I'm going to say. They tend up, they're 3 girls sharing a room. And so they end up knocking the dish and getting wax everywhere. So she really liked the Scentsy Go, that she could charge it and then just set it in there. And
yeah, that's a good thing. And I think the wall fan diffusers, and I think it's good to put both those because now you've got another product to show the pods in. So the pods are being covered really well because some people have no idea what pods are. So yeah, you would want to cover both of those. Is there any kind of special this month?
For the pods?
No,
Oh.
that in general?
Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. The scent and warmer of the month.
You'd want to cover those.
Yes.
I
And then
believe a join special.
the joint, yeah, you're right. The $25 joint special.
And so that would be one that you would want to, like, that could be done on like this card right here. They just did the logo, and you could talk about anything about being a consultant with that. With Box, Scentsy Club. Yeah. Club is one that we can't even talk about enough, because the more people who just know that it exists, the more chance you pick those up. So that's a good one. And they've got a picture of the whiff box here.
Oh, cute. Yeah.
And of course, that if you don't make a specific one about club, you could just talk about it with that whiff box, because I love to talk about how you get the half price off. But this is what they did for club, never run out of what you love or whatever. So that's a good one.
Maybe the cause warmer.
Yeah, that's good. And a lot of times I don't cover that, but it is really beautiful, and it is pertinent right now, and it illustrates one of our core values of giving back, generosity. You could go through and have a thing of bars. I think there's probably bars on these. Actually, I don't. Yeah. You could talk, if you pulled the bar, you could talk about your favorite current scent, get people excited about that. Or you could even pause if you want interaction in your party and say, who has a favorite scent that they love? Like, what's your signature scent? Everybody has one, you know. You could highlight a specific warmer. And if you don't have a warmer, but you're super excited to get it, like, oh, I want this warmer. It's called blah, 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 whatever. You could do that. If you have the stuff, like what I plan to do is I am going to go through and pull my favorite few things that I definitely want to show off physically that I have in my office. One of the things is when I got home from my trip yesterday, I had some boxes because I ordered stuff from my smelly box and a few people's orders. And I know I ordered one of the new hand soaps. So I'm going to show how much I love the hand soap. And I'm going to show the little bottle and now the newer bottle. Also going to talk about how I have a foaming hand soap jar in case you like that. But when we went on the trip, I was told to bring some Scentsy in case it smelled bad, because they were like cabins or whatever. It was actually a nice home and it didn't smell bad. But I took my air purifier and then I took a few wall fan diffusers because it was so easy. I didn't even have to package them. I just threw them out of my wall and put them in. I took some pods and different scents in case anybody was like, oh, I don't like that smell. I took several. And then I took hand soap and room sprays because we're sharing bathrooms. So I always put room sprays in. And then like even Case, they were in a separate house. And at one point he goes, Mom, did you bring me more Scentsy soap? Because he really loves it. I was like, oh, I didn't, I'm sorry, but you can go borrow it and come back. He's like, okay. But I took Mystery Man for the shared bathroom downstairs because it is such a good scent for men and women. And you know who said the most about the hand soap? It was the men. I had several of them go, oh, I'm going to the bathroom just because I like how my hands smell. So like it was a good source of conversation and it was good advertisement. So I'll share that on my party tonight if we pull the number that has hand soaps on it. Anything else that you are like, yeah, I would definitely want to cover that?
Well, since this week is the Enliven Your Senses thing, you want to make sure to share that all the bundle deals that are happening, so they can
the bundles for right now. And a lot of times
or just bundle and save in general.
Bundle and saves, yes, you definitely want to go over that. You kind of can pose that as, hey, you're in the right place at the right time because we've got these specials this week, these bundles or whatever. So that's a good point. You could always, make sure you go over the pets. Now, one thing I would say too, especially if someone's watching this that's never done a party or done a bingo or whatever, this doesn't have to be a bingo game if that stresses you out for any reason, although it's very simple. You can just do almost the same thing with a catalog walk. You could say, somebody throw out a page number between 1 and blah, blah, blah. And you just say, well, let's see what's on that page. I mean, you can make it like that. Oh, I love this page. On this page, we have stuff for the littlest ones in your family. Or you could do a literal catalog walk and say, our catalog starts out kind of explaining some of the special things about our warmers. And it has all these beautiful warmers grouped by decor. this is one of my favorites. I have this in my haul. You know, I love that it's so zen or whatever. And you could make sure you show them. So like, you don't have to have the bingo cards. You don't have to have specific products. You could literally just call numbers. You don't have to have a little paper or a card. You can use the bingo cards too. And then just say in between, like every few numbers you call, say, I'm going to highlight this scent that I love. This is blah, blah, blah. I find the thing I like with Zoom so much better than like going and doing a Facebook Live party is that you can get some interaction as long as you don't have duds on the call. Like sometimes you just have people that don't want to do anything, but you could at least use your hostess to ask some things. So I could say, like, if Michelle was my hostess, Michelle, have you tried any of our body line? And she may say, no, I haven't. And I could say, well, you're going to have to try it because I love this new hand cream that is came out last month. It was a special time thing. It was called It's Love. And I love it so much that I just restocked because I'm going to be sad when we don't have it anymore. You know, something like that, just little interjections. And then maybe she's like, oh yeah, like I love the hand cream. I always have one in my purse. Well, then that's even better. You can ask general questions to putting someone on the spot, you know, like who has a fur baby they love, you know, and then like me, oh, what do you have and what's its name? And, you know, just trying to get some interaction because Zoom works and it's good, but it's still not in person. So the more you can kind of pause, get a little bit of engagement is good in my opinion, but also keep it short because I'm saying this is a 30-minute thing. I don't plan for it to go much longer than that. In fact, hopefully a little bit less. So you just want to keep it interesting, quick, but not like so rushed. Just find a good little rhythm for yourself and your people. Anyone have tips or ideas on Zooms or parties in general or bingo or anything you've done that you would recommend or ask about?
Haven't had one in a while.
Yeah.
It's never been something
Yeah.
like parties in general, or never been something that I've like had a lot of in 5 years.
Yeah. Well, and you're not alone. That's totally okay. It's a very honest thing for sure. I'm going to, we can talk about whatever, but let me just share my screen. My screen's a mess. I say that every time.
I'm having a brain fart as far as like on our workstation, how will we go about, can I send it? I can send a group email on my workstation, right?
A group email?
Yeah, like not just
To
like
what,
under the
customers?
communication tab.
To customers or to your team?
Yeah, to customers.
You can probably, you know, I never use it that way. I don't know, to be honest.
I have a distribution list from some point when I did it, but I have no idea. I don't have to remember how I even did it.
I will have to look on that one. That one I'm not 100% sure because I use mine in MailChimp, so I haven't really done it. But I imagine you can just type in or go select them. Maybe I know with the team there's different ways to do that, so there probably is a way to do that with the customers, but I don't know. I haven't put much thought into exactly what I'm doing here, but I thought I would show you at least how easy it really is. So hopefully it will be easy, but we can, especially for someone who, you know, we did a little bit on Canva last time. We're going to create a design, but someone who's like, I don't even know how to make that. I could never do it. You can. I'm not sure if a flyer is the best, but I really think it could be anything. So I'm just going to go ahead and do a Facebook post because why not? So the first thing you would have to do is open something up. It doesn't have to be fancy. You could make a square around it if you want a border, but you've got to get the stuff. So I'm actually just going to go to the website. I'm going to go to my website and let's see, we wanted to do the air purifier. So I'm going to type in my air purifier, or I'll just go to it here. Click on it. All right, so I'm on an Apple, but most of you know how to save an image. I just control click and do download, save image, you know, whatever. And you can click on it and you can pick different images if you want. But Scentsy has put them there without a background, which is super awesome. And then did that show or was that only showing my Canva?
It's only showing your Canva.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I went to it, I right-clicked it, and now I'm back in Canva and I'm going to do upload. and I'm going to upload my media. I'm going to go to my downloads because that's where I happen to do that. I'm going to click it. It's uploading that little picture, that little image. I'm going to click on it and it's going to go in here. Now, what I'm going to notice right away is it's white on white, which is probably not the best. So you can click your page and go to this little color, which is the background color. You can make it black. That shows up pretty well. You can make it gray. You can make it a bright color. You could say, you know, I don't really like any of that. I'm going to go back to white. And if you're thinking, maybe I do want to put a little square, you can go over here to elements. And I normally type in square, border, or frame. But let's try border. And then you get this little thing you can do. You can make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do. So I'm thinking I may just make like 4 on a or 6 on a thing. I'm going to want them to all be the same. So I'm going to copy and paste. Okay, copy it, paste it. So now I'll have the same size squares. And already I'm like, yeah, that's a bad size because I can't get 6 or 4 looks too small. So you just play around. You can be like, maybe I want 4 on a page. So maybe that looks a little better. I'm just clicking the one I don't want and deleting. Now I'm thinking, let's see if this will work. So copy and paste. Would this fit probably better? So you can put it like this, and if you're like they're still too big, you can make it just a tiny bit smaller, and then you should have it. There may be some better way to do that, but it looks like that's halfway, so I think it's going to be good. Just right. And then a little trick here is you can click both of them, kind of click both and do copy, and then you can paste the double, which is nice.
Oh, cool.
It just saves a little energy. And then you can get your diffuser and you're like, oh, but it's too big. Well, you can just shrink it down. And that's probably what I would do. And then you're going to want to give it a number as well. So wait a minute. If I do something and you're like, yeah, I don't know what you're doing, just tell me, ask me. I'm going to make this a little smaller by grabbing that corner. I had to move this because it was in the way. I couldn't get to it. So here's the problem. Every time I do this, now I can't click the purifier image because the square is on top. So you go to position and you send it backwards, and then you can click and you will get your air purifier. It's just like a level thing, and it's still a little too big in my opinion. All right, so I have the air purifier in a square. And then if you want to put a number on it, which we do, we're going to put number 1. And like I said, we need 25 of these probably. You can make as many as you want, honestly, but you're going to pick what kind of font you like. And I'm going to make it nice and big because I'm already squinting and it's only going to get worse as I am doing this party. So let's see if we like that one. That's pretty good. And then because I've done all that, I can copy it as well. I can copy it. And yes, it's a number 1, but I don't have to redo I can just now click in here and do a 2, you know. Oops. And then the specific stuff I did. Like the font and the size is all done, which is kind of good. So that's how you do that. You can just, the nice thing too is after you get one page done, you can just copy the page and then you just have to change out the numbers, if that makes sense. I'm just pasting right now, copying and pasting. And you could change the borders. If you don't like the black, you can do whatever you like. But this is how someone creates something like that. All right, so that would be my number 1, and that's my air purifier. I don't know how to change for y'all to see my thing, but I'm just going back to my website. Let's see. And I'm gonna grab, what should I grab? I'll grab some pods. Yes, baby. Where? Daddy say okay? Okay, well, hang on. Sorry. Okay. Pods. I'm going to go to my Scentsy pods. I'm going to pick, actually, you know what I think I would do is I'm going to go to bundle and save, or specials, or whatever it is. Specials, bundle and save. And I'm going to get an image of the 6 of them because I think maybe that would work better. Let's see. Although I'm seeing that it's kind of a stylized thing, but that's okay. Y'all will see what I'm talking about. Let me upload it. Upload media. Here's the pods. If I don't like it, I'll go back and just get an actual picture of a pod. Now you can put this over here, make it smaller. For this one, it's on a white background. For some reason, they didn't do it with like the transparent background. So a couple options, you can actually go to crop and you can just do that. And that way you don't have to make it so little to fit inside. Let's see if this works. So now we've made the white a little smaller and it works. It doesn't cover up the square or the 2. So when we pick this one, I would have an actual pod to show, but I would say, look, you can get 6 pods. It saves you, whatever. You could do a picture of the air purifier filter. So you could talk about how you could get that for half price at Scentsy Club. Let's see. So we said we want to do wall diffusers. Let me find an image of the wall diffuser, although I probably already have some of those. But anyway, it seems like it would take a lot of time, but I don't really think, especially if you just went through your website and got all your images real fast, it would be a lot quicker. It's not so hard. And like I said, I'll just share these with you guys. I'm losing my focus. Hang on. What am I trying to do? AirPods, Scentsy wall fan diffusers. Okay. So yeah, you could pick any one that you want. If you want to pick one of the colored ones, since I don't have one to show, I might pick the colored one. Maybe I should pick my favorite one. I might choose to do the Minnie Mouse too. Maybe I'll put all 3 on there. So for this one, I went and collected 3 pictures. Let me come back and show y'all this. Michelle, I was telling Shannon that I've had an emotional week because Caden's turning 18 next Sunday.
Yes.
He's my first one and it's horrible. And I'm working on all my graduation stuff and it's very emotional. Okay. I'm uploading 3 pictures of wall fan diffusers. I may just pick one and put on there and just have it be big like that. Or I may squeeze in 3 different types. So you could do either. You could be like, okay, let's see how this looks. And that way you could say we've got different types, like we've got super cute little licensed ones. We're gonna have trouble with this white one again because it's not going to show on my white background so well. I could put it in front and that'll help a little bit. Anybody get the gray one yet?
Actually, yes, I did.
How's that look? I want to see it. You could do something like that. I mean, I'll play around with this and make it look a little better, but that way the white one shows a little bit on top.
I need help with the count. In my blanket.
Or you could just put the gray one, if you like it, but that's kind of nice. You could choose to put just one and then show, because I have some of these in stock. Are you showing us that, Shannon? Yeah. I know somebody was using the base of the Black Panther one so that it was looking all gray. Hopefully at some point they do that, because I think the white base and the gray is, I don't know. Everybody has different opinions, but a little different. Probably putting the mini fan diffusers would be good too, since we're talking about all this, and you could pick a couple of those. You could pick, Michelle's internet is having issues. I understand. You could put in all kinds of different ones. I'm going to upload those. So I just grabbed 3 different ones, and because of the white background, I was keeping that in mind so that they show a little better. Okay, there's a rose gold one. There's a pink one. And then I'm going to do the black marble one too. That way you can say, you know, some people have a certain interior look they're trying to match, or maybe a little more masculine look is the black one, the marble one. We've got a chrome, if you've got chrome accents in your car, which I do, or pink if you just kind of want something that's a little feminine. You can play around. Like I said, I'll work on these. These aren't perfect right now, but I wanted to show you once I've got 4 cards. Now I can come right here to this little, it looks like 2 pages with a plus sign. I hit duplicate page. And then I don't have to redo my squares. I can just go put in my 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then my images. So you will have to delete those out, but that's not so hard. Make sense? Pretty easy.
So
Yeah.
are you having people pick numbers, or
Yeah, literally just tell me 5 numbers between 1 and 25. And
Okay.
they can type it into the Zoom chat. And then I'm going to have a piece of paper where I write their numbers down. That way I just have a double check that, you know, staying above board, no one's changing their numbers or whatever. But yes, that's all I'm doing. So
That's
let
nice.
me collect a few more items so I can kind of make one more page real fast. And then, yeah, and if anybody has anything they want to talk about in the meantime, we definitely want to do diffusers. We want to do some of our high price items people don't know. Not everybody knows we have.
I really like the new shade for the diffuser that we have.
Me too. It's gorgeous. And honestly, probably even better than the picture on here is a real life picture, which I have some. But yeah, I agree.
And I saw that Caden got a job at Chick-fil-A.
He did. He's at the Leander one.
So is band stuff done, and he's gonna have time to do that?
Yeah, it's a lot easier in the spring. I mean, he still has things. He's got a lot of stuff to work around. Like he's got some stuff in the evenings, and they've still got UIL. But in general, it's a lot less. So he's being able to kind of work around that a little bit and get some hours. He's not working a ton, but yeah, so far. He likes it so far. It's funny though, because you put in your schedule, you know, you're just like a working person now, and his birthday is Friday. And so he was trying to do something with his friends Friday or Saturday. The nice thing about Chick-fil-A, of course, is having Sunday off, because we normally party with family on Sunday. So he didn't have to worry about that, but he did have to worry about like, oh, I'm trying to do something with my friends Friday or Saturday. And he only got scheduled for Friday and Saturday. He's like, is this a cruel joke? Like my birthday and the next day? He can get scheduled any other part of the week. So I think he's got them switched now, but just kind of funny. All right. So I went and grabbed the pretty diffuser, the premium. So we could talk about premium diffusers. We could talk about deluxe. You can make these in the same one. You can make them each their own. I don't know. What would you do, Shannon? I guess it depends on how many products I wind up getting.
Yeah, you could put them separate and then put them together if you are needing extra or needing.
It depends on how many you want to do. We have so many options and products now that literally we could probably put all 3 of these in one thing and just talk about diffusers and oil and do like hey, with this one, here's the perks and, you know, whatever. But look how fast that is. It's really not hard. We just duplicated that page and I went and grabbed 3 more products. So let me grab
Can you tell me where you're getting, like, because I'm only seeing your Canva page. So I'm just.
Yeah, let me see if I can share a different page real fast. I can, I just got to figure it out. Let's see. Okay. This should work. Now you see my workstation?
Yeah.
Okay. So all I'm doing is going to my workstation. Let's do some new warmers. Okay, let's pick one that's really pretty.
I like that copper cast warmer.
Yeah, that's really beautiful.
I don't have any of that color in my house, but I think it's cute.
Okay, so all I did was for an Apple was control, click, and I'm going to save image to download. So I'll do that one. And maybe we'll pick a mini warmer too. Maybe I don't want to do white because it doesn't show real well. I could do the tie-dye, I don't know, whatever, we'll put that. These were just the new ones I clicked on, but you can do, I just wanted something that would really show. Let's see, let's just do all warmers. Of course, you could pick the Dumbo or the Cinderella right now, since those are still available. And you could really show them off. You could pick this one because it's so pretty. Like I'm thinking I have that one in stock, so it'd be nice to show it. Someone might want it. But yeah, you can just pick whatever you like. If you want to do, oh, we have licensed things, you know, you could grab a couple of those. It really, I think, is best to just go collect all your images really quickly. Here's the cause warmer, so we want to include that one. Boy, these are beauties. So like I'll maybe capture a couple of these and put them together. Okay, that's enough for now. So sorry, time to eat, but I'm waiting. Let me go back to Canva so y'all can see that. How do I do that? Canva, where are you? There you go. Okay. So now I have those in my downloads. I'm going to upload everything I just collected, which was about that many things, and one more. It goes faster if you do one or two at a time, but you can do multiple. Just takes a little longer sometimes. So I'll do that. I probably just did too many warmers, but that's okay. I'm going to put a couple of the new ones here, maybe in a square. I do think that's a pretty one. It's very eye-catching. Put that guy right there. And then maybe we'll put, I don't really love the tie-dye with it, but whatever. It's new and it's there just to show there's different things. And the thing is, I will share this as a editable link if I think I can figure that out. And if you guys are like, yeah, I don't want to put a whole square for that, or I'm going to make 30, you can make as many as you want. Just keep in mind, the more numbers you have, the longer it will take for people to get to bingo. So you can experiment and be like, yeah, that wasn't enough. That was too few. Or you can say, I need way more. All right, so this page is done for now. I'm going to click duplicate page, come in here and change my numbers to 9, 10, 11, 12. That makes that so fast. And then I'll delete out the images and start sticking in a few more. I think on this one, I'm going to go ahead and do like the license thing so we can just talk about that. So I'm going to put Dumbo. I love that Dumbo warmer, even though I don't need it. So adorable. So cute. And I did Minnie Mouse there. And if you don't like how that looks, and I probably should have put Cinderella. Now, as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, I think this is okay. The actual images given. I don't know if you can do them in more than one.
Oh, because
and I'm like, oh, this isn't a Disney flyer. So we actually, for this, it just hit me. We may need to, I mean, if you're only using them to hold up during a private Zoom thing, it's probably okay. But now that I'm doing this, I actually think what I would do for these, I'm going to delete them out, is probably go in and find the marketing picture and just put that in and don't put anything over it. And so that's just one little thing with our rules and our licensing. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
As I was doing it, I was like, yeah, that should be something we check. Okay, so instead I'm going to put like these two because I just think they're gorgeous and kind of shows some of our light sources. You could talk about the warmers being so different and whatever. Okay, so that's a bunch of warmers. Probably let me find a picture or an image of a whiff box. I'm just going to try to change this back so you can see me doing it. Did you see my workstation or my website? Okay, I couldn't see it. All right, so I will show y'all. If you remind me, I will do the go find it in the marketing tab. But let's do whiff box, which is probably what under collections here. Go to whiff box, click it because maybe there's a picture of it open. There is. It's not the best. So a real life image might be better.
An empty one.
That one's pretty sad, isn't it?
It doesn't come empty. It comes with something in it.
That's a little sad. Okay, let's see. Here you get a box, but the closed box would work if you can't, but you can totally find an image of it filled up. I was gonna see what club, what does it have for Scentsy Club? Those might be like better in the marketing tab too. We could probably find something a little better. So let's just do that. I'll log into my workstation. Go to marketing. Let's see, marketing. If you're not in the habit of doing this, this is where you'll find a lot of these bundle things too. So here's a koala bear one. Like we could go collect that image, download that. You just want just the little koala bear. How cute is that? Oh, so cute. I'm just gonna download a few of these things.
Have you seen that movie Turning Red?
No, not yet. Have you?
I'm not letting my kids watch it.
I saw all this stuff about that and I actually got into a big debate with some friends about it because they had already watched it and they're like, whatever. But I was like, I'm watching it first. So
I watched it when my boys were out of town, but because Mason's 11, the girl in there's 13, and like the very first thing she says in the movie is she's 13 and she's an adult. And she
right.
can
I saw all that. I know.
And I'm like,
yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna watch it first for sure. Okay, I just grabbed a few of these. What was I looking for? Like Dumbo. I must go back. Man, we have so many things now. Oh, there's a Dumbo one. Oh, it's so cute. So I'm just going to grab a few of these that are approved since they're licensed. You just want to be careful. Even the Easter collection is something, it's still available. So that would be something we could talk about. It's a good time for that. So, okay.
Yeah, I think the warmer is cute.
Yeah, I haven't gotten it in person, but it looks pretty cute. I actually, in this box, should have a lot of the scent smells and stuff because I'm using a lot of them for the my smelly box this month. So I'm pretty excited about that. I'm just uploading all those things I just collected. Even my little whiff box, just the box. Okay, so let's put the koala bear in there because that's coming out tomorrow. We could totally order that. We could talk about buddies in general because of that. I would have a few of the buddies I have to show, whether they're ones that I just have in stock or they're ones that Colby has. So this is what I think would be okay. My number, I'm not sure about my number. Technically, I probably shouldn't have the number. So like you could make this one number 1 if you wanted. I mean, really, we're not supposed to have anything over it is my understanding. So that might be okay. Or you could just make it your number 1 and not have it labeled. I don't know.
If you didn't have the number, it wouldn't cover any of the wording or anything.
Right. So that's what I'm thinking. Like you do that. I think that would be totally okay. I believe that should be fine. So just be careful with the things that are actually marketed like that. If you don't like how this looks with all the different things in it, you could just pick one of them. But I kind of like that. You could talk about all the different things in one thing. Here's our Easter collection. And when you're doing the party, you can always say things like, we have collections for a lot of things now. We had a Valentine's collection, and had all these great things, and we'll probably have some.
Father's Day.
We normally have Mother's Day. And so another thing you could do is you could even just make these that has like gifts on it, like pictures of gifts. They don't have to be Scentsy things. And you can talk about how we have a gift for everyone, amazing options, and stuff like that. Okay, so then we'll come in here and you can see this is kind of what I'm going to work on here as soon as we get off the call, just finish up. And that's that. So you can always add numbers. You could say maybe with round 1, you're going with these 25. You could have 2 sets of of things that are 1 through 25 so that you can mix it up from round to round. That's not a bad idea. And we most likely have plenty of products for that. So that is how I'm going to do my cards. And then I'm just going to export them. So like, that's the other thing. Some people are like, well, what do you do now? Right here, my first page, I'm pretty happy with it. This one's still over the line, so I don't want that. I'm going to do with that and then this. If you wanted, you could actually title them. You could put, you know, Scentsy Pods, you could put mini fans, but I'm not going to do all that. The cards are little and I'm going to be telling them and narrating. So I think that's fine. But basically, I'm going to come right here to share, the share button. I am going to hit download. And then I'm only right now going to download page 1. So I'm going to come to pages, unclick them all and click page 1 and hit done. It's going to do it as a PNG, which should be fine. I'm going to download that. It normally opens it up like that. And then I can just go file print. The other thing is these are fine, the ones that I had, but they're so little. So for this one, these are going to be a lot bigger if I do it like this. Now I could do, I could change it up. I could, you know, make them smaller, bigger, whatever. I can do them on cardstock, but this is probably what I would just make them big so that it's a little easier to see. So I'm going to print that. Let me make sure I'm on the right internet. And only, nope, not on the right internet.
Well, you froze.
I did not do this on cardstock, but that looks pretty good, right?
Oh, they are bigger, yeah.
So let me
Those other ones.
yeah, I'm going to stop sharing just for a minute. So yeah, look at the difference. This is what I had. It's like a fourth of
4 times bigger.
made it big. And I like that because they're easier to see for people. And then you would just cut them. Like I said, it would be better on cardstock. So I'll probably do the rest on cardstock. And then if you want them to last, laminate them, right? And yes, I really think we could probably have 50 things. So having 2 sets of 25 different products would be kind of nice between the 2 rounds. Although you're not getting every single thing called out, you know, and you can mix them up or whatever. So what I normally do is if my first round, I've called out the air purifier and talked extensively about it and really feel like I told everything, then I just call that number and go, number 1, oh, that was that air purifier. Number 3, you know, I move on quickly. So I would just be like, we've already talked about this. And be like, oh, there's that great air purifier again. Now, what I might do is if I talked all about it, but I didn't talk about how you can get the replacement filter, and you can see that one's not the easiest to see if I don't get the lighting right, but it's bigger and you can see it. I could talk about how you could get that that replacement filter for half price in your Scentsy club, right? And you wouldn't have to think about reordering one or whatever. So things like that, that's kind of how you do it. If anybody wants to hop on at 6 o'clock, I can share I'll share it. And, you know, if you want to just be on my thing, I'm only expecting the hostess and maybe one other person. So I would love it. No pressure, but if you'd like to get on and see how it goes, you're welcome to. But anyway, that's kind of how I'm planning to do my party tonight. And it is good to make these anyway, because most of the time they can carry over from season to season. It's not like you have to have all new ones. Because even if you have an outdated warmer, it's not the end of the world, right?
Yeah.
But it's kind of nice, like, to have current stuff too.
Yeah, I probably can't get on tonight, but I would love to watch it if you want to record
I can
it.
record it. We'll see. We'll see if I can. My recording space, it gives me an ugly message every time I record one of these calls. So I'll see if it'll let me, but yeah, I'll try to remember that too. Get all excited about it. But I'm going to try not to stress about it. I always feel like when I get a party, I get like, I mean, you want it to be good and that's a good thing, but you also don't want it to be so stressful that you're like dreading them. So yeah. I have learned, I always say it's like part of getting older and wiser and being a consultant for a while. You want to make the most, you want to be prepared, you want to do a good job, and you want it to be great, but you also know there may be one person or no people show up. And if that happens, you've done a lot of fretting and worrying, you've wasted a lot of energy. So just do your best. I'm going to go through and say, okay, which things do I really want to show? Like, what are my favorite things? Be strategic about it. Like these, are they showing okay on the white background? Yeah, I think so. The
Yeah,
pink
that light
one,
one.
yeah. And I probably have a pink one, so I could show it in person. So things like that, where it's like, well, this is the pink one, and you can see in person how it looks. But I like the size of these a lot better. Personally,
Yeah.
this is much better because
Those are taking the place of the bingo cards.
Right. I'm literally going to have them shuffled here, and I'm just going to pull one out and say, okay, first one, number 4, if you have number 4. And all I have them do is I literally say, get a piece of paper and write your 5 numbers. So they will have any little piece of paper, and they'll have like 5, 14, 23, 1, and 6. And I have them just however they want on their piece of paper. And then if I called out number 1, I have them check it or cross it off. And then when they are like, I'll try to do some things like, okay, y'all are kind of quiet. Y'all aren't very excited about these numbers being called. Is anyone have 2 numbers? And they're like, I do. And like, oh, not me. And then I go, okay, it's getting a little exciting. Anybody have 3 numbers, just to kind of check in too, to see if I need to go faster or slower. But I just tell them to do something like that. And then when they say bingo, I tell everyone to hang on now, because I'm going to check. And one thing I have learned too that makes it easier is if you have some space on your desk to lay down your numbers so you can see what was called and put them down in numeric order, so that when they say their numbers, you can spot them really fast, or you could be writing them down too. But I think it's just, for me, I don't want to have to write more stuff. So I just kind of lay them down after they've been called in semi-numeric order. And that way, when they tell me their numbers, I can do a quick visual check. And normally, if you have more than one person on there, they keep them on. It's like, well, we didn't call that number, or, yeah. So that's really about it.
Okay.
Yeah, I try to keep it simple. I was really elaborate at first. It's just supposed to be fun and easy, and a way to share Scentsy. And I think it's nice to have kind of picked out the top things you really want to talk about. And of course, there's a million other things, and you can tell them. One other thing I guess I should share, especially if someone's watching this, I've seen it suggested that you do a poll of the group, like before the party, and you ask like, which products are you most interested in? Like let's say you make a Facebook group to go with it, right? Or an event on Facebook, and you are going to share a few things throughout the week leading up to your Scentsy party. A really cool idea is asking, like, between these 4 things, which ones would you are you most interested in? Because if it's like nobody's interested in spring scents, well, then you're not going to waste much time on spring scents. Mm-hmm. If some people are not interested at all in laundry, well, you're probably not going to worry about laundry. If even one person mentions it, be like, well, I'm putting that in there for sure. Like somebody's interested. So it also gets people going, I didn't even know they had that before the party. I did not get that done this time, but I think it's a great idea. So. All right, well, I am gonna jet so I can finish my graphics before my party here in a little bit, and I'll try to record it if my brain will remember. But I appreciate you getting on. I know Michelle was trying, it just, her internet was giving her trouble, but hope you guys have a good last week and a half. I hope your event goes well. Hope my event goes well. And be looking for events, even if you've never done them, especially small school events and community events that don't cost a lot, but you, top tips, Shannon, right? To hand something out that smells good, to collect their information, to try to engage a little bit and just have fun and relax about it. I always say you want to take bars and bulbs, because people are always looking for bars and bulbs. If it's an event with lots of kids, you could try your buddy clips or whatever. But if it's not an event with a lot of kids, I know some people have a lot of success with buddies. Unless it's an elementary school, I wouldn't worry too much about that. Yeah,
even at the elementary school, I didn't really have.
No, it just depends.
It was more of the clips than the buddies themselves, because once they're shopping around, and then once they see it's like, oh, it's between $35 and $50 or whatever, they're like, no, or they give their kid like $15 to spend on their own stuff, then I
agree. Yeah. So, but just. The main thing is too, like sometimes I get overwhelmed. I want to take everything. I'm like, well, they might want this. They won't want that. My husband always reminds me, you can take an order. You can get it to
Yeah.
them, you know, it's not the end of the world. So just go do and share. And it's mainly about making connections. And if you sell some, great, hopefully you find somebody, you know, have something about the join special, the $25 join special. And you never know when it catches someone's eye. So,
Yeah, for
all
sure.
right. Well, thank
Yeah,
you.
I need to print a few new things. And
Yeah, and I guess like having your QR code for your website out visible would be good, or your Venmo or your whatever payment method you're taking. Those are good things to have out, so it's easy for people to scan. You're not having to spell your Venmo, and so those are some good tips as well.
yeah, and because our neighborhood little vendor thing or Easter thing is also on Saturday, but I didn't sign up in time for that. That's why I decided to do the other
Yeah,
instead. So hopefully it gets busy. I don't know how many people, because it's a chili cook-off and it's like they're like judging it and stuff. So I don't know how many people have entered
right.
to do the chili cook-off too, you know. So
Well, you never know. Sometimes you go in with high expectations as a total dud or flop, and sometimes you go in to having no expectations and you're like pleasantly surprised. So maybe this chili cook-off will be one of those.
yeah.
So, all right. Well, thanks for joining. And if you guys watch this, I hope you found some helpful things. Yeah, hopefully you'll join us next time. All right. Have a good one.
You too.
Bye.
Bye.